should be room. Silence speaks louder than the man I used to be. Four walls keep on staring, like they know what I've become. Shadows on the corners move whenever I feel numb. I've been fighting with my heartbeat, trying not to fall apart, but the quiet in this room cuts deeper than the dark. Empty room, holding all my pain. Every ghost I ran from comes alive again. Empty room, cold as midnight air. No matter where I look, my past is always where. Cigarette is burning, but it's barely giving light. Everything feels heavier when there's no one left to fight. Whiskey on the table doesn't warm me like before. Every truth I'm hiding leans against the door. Empty room, holding all my pain. Every ghost I ran from comes alive again. Empty room, cold as midnight air. No matter where I look, my past is always there. Another long night, another glass of true. Whiskey never lies, people do. Slow fire in a bottle burns deeper than my scars. City lights are watching as I'm talking to the dark. Footsteps on the pavement echo places I can't hide. Every secret that I bury wakes up in the night, whiskey night, cutting through my soul. Every sip reminds me of the things I can't control. Whiskey nights dragging me back down. I'm drowning in the silence of a cold and empty town. Smoke curls like a warning around the shadows on the wall. My heartbeat feels like thunder in a world that's far too small. Voices from the past crawl beneath my skin. I pour another glass just to feel something again. Whiskey night, cutting through my soul. Every sip reminds me of the things I can't control. Whiskey nights dragging me back down. I'm drowning in the silence of a cold and empty town. Midnight falls again. The streets are quiet, but the blues still follows me. Neon lights are fading down this cold and empty street. Whiskey on the table, but the truth still cuts too deep. Silence comes to find me like a shadow in my mind. Every step I'm taking feels like I'm running out of time. Midnight blue, calling out my name. Every wound I carry, burning like a flame. Midnight blue, running through my veins. I keep walking, but the darkness stays the same. Cigarette is dying, but the night keeps burning. Midnight blue, calling out my name. Every wound I carry, burning like a flame. Midnight blue, running through my veins. I keep walking, but the darkness stays the same. Into the night again with these midnight blues as my only friend. Oh, oh, roast me, but the silent ones tell the truth. You feel the most, like a ghost from better days. Empty streets before me, with the moon stuck in the haze. Cold air on my shoulders, like a ghost from better days. Silent road, calling out my name, leading me to places where the past still burns like flame. Silent road, echo through my bones. I've been running far, but still I walk alone. Streetlights whisper stories carried by the night. Footsteps from my memories follow closely out of sight. I try to drown the voices, but they rise like breaking waves. Loneliness is louder on the paths I cannot change. Silent roads, calling out my name, leading me to places where the past still burns like flame. Silent roads, echo through my bones. I've been running far, but still I walk alone. fade. A silent road always stay. Rain hides the world, but never hides the truth. Dark rain on my jacket, falling harder than before. Every drop reminds me what my heart is aching for. Streetlights blur like memory, running down a window's glass. Cold wind cuts around me like the pieces of my past. Dark rain washing over me, trying to drown the shadow that I'm not ready to see. Dark rain falling through my soul, the deeper that is pouring, the more I lose control. Thunder grows behind me like a truth I can't outrun. Echoes of a promise fading slow, one by one. Footsteps in the silence sound like ghosts I used to know. Every drop that hits the ground feels colder than the snow. Dark rain washing over me, trying to drown the shadow that I'm not ready to see. Dark rain falling through my soul, the deeper that it's pouring, the more I lose control. Let it fall, let it rain. Some storms are meant to stay. you hear things you never wanted to face. The night is barely breathing as I walk this empty road. Every fear I tried to bury comes alive inside the cold. My footsteps break the quiet like a truth I can't escape. Dead silence all around me fills the spaces I create. Dead silence echoing inside. Every thought I'm hiding, there's nowhere left to hide. Dead silence cutting through my soul. The stillness of the night is taking full control. Streetlights flicker softly like they're whispering my name. Every shadow on the pavement knows the pieces I became. The world feels far behind me as the darkness pulls me in. Dead silence keeps on telling all the things I've never been. Dead silence echoing inside. Every thought I'm hiding has nowhere left to hide. Dead silence cutting through my soul. The stillness of the night is taking full control. Doesn't break, it waits until you do. You lose people, but the ghosts stay longer than the memory. Footsteps on the concrete sound like whispers from the past. Every truth I ran away from found a way to make it last. Cold wind on my collar, like a hand I used to know. Ghosted blues behind me follow everywhere I go. Ghosted blues breathing down my spine. Every silent shadow feels like something that was mine. Ghosted blue crawling through my mind. The more I try to leave, the more slowly on the corners of the night. Memories drift beside me when the world slips out of sight. Voices I remember echo through the pouring rain. Every scar I carry calls the ghost back again. Ghosted blue, breathing down my spine. Every silent shadow feels like something that was mine. Ghosted blue, crawling through my mind. The more I try to leave, the more they stay behind. Yeah. Some ghosts stay, not to haunt you, but to remind you where you broke. Cold whiskey burns slower when your heart is colder than the glass. I pour another moan into this empty, quiet room. Whiskey hits my chest like a slow and bitter truth. The night keeps getting darker, but I'm darker than the night. Every thought I'm fighting comes alive beneath the light. Cold whiskey running through my veins, trying to numb the memory, but they whisper just the same. Cold whiskey dripping down my soul. The colder that I drink, the less I feel in control. Ooh. Cigarette is fading, like the man I used to be. Shadows on the table tell the things I never speak. Loneliness is louder than the thunder in my chest. Even pain grows quiet when the whiskey does the rest. Cold whiskey running through my veins, trying to numb the memory, but they whisper just the same. Cold whiskey dripping down my always does. Some echoes fade, but the ones you fear always find their way back. Fading footsteps in the distance, like a voice I used to know. Memory slipped through the shadows. Every place I try to go, cold wind wraps around me, like the truth I never fade. Lost echoes from my past fill the corners of this place. Lost echoes calling through the night, pulling me to moments where I used to hold the light. Lost echoes running through my mind. The harder that I chase them, the more they stay behind. Neon flickers softly on a road that feels undone. Ghosts of what I buried walk beside me one by one. Every scar I've carried speaks louder in the rain. Lost echoes keep reminding where I left my faith in pain. Lost echoes calling through the night, pulling me to moments where I used to hold the light. Lost echoes running through my mind. The harder that I chase them, the more they stay behind. Echoes fade, but the hurt they carry never does. The colder the night gets, nothing at all. Frost sits on my jacket as I walk the silent street. All the warmth I used to carry slipped away beneath my feet. Shadows move around me like they know the things I hide. Every thought I'm chasing turns to ice from deep inside. Makes the loneliness unfold. Frozen heart, harder every day. The more I try to melt it, slips away. Cigarette is fading, but the chill keeps burning slow. Memories like winter follow everywhere I go. Even whispered voices turn to snow inside my chest. Every truth I shattered never found a place to rest. Frozen heart, beating in the cold. Every mile I wander makes the loneliness unfold. Frozen heart, harder every day. The more I try to melt it, slips away. Some heart ash breaks. But some hearts don't. Some night burn, night with fire, but with everything you tried to bury, the night is burning slowly on the cold and broken sky. Every truth I tried to bury starts to rise before my eyes. Streetlights glow like amber, fading in the drifting air. Every step I'm taking feels like walking through despair. Burning night, blazing through my veins, lighting up the shadows where I'm hiding all my pain. Burning night, cutting through my soul. The darker it becomes, the less I'm in control. Smoke curls from my cigarette like a memory in the frost. Every piece of who I was is a piece I think I lost. Thunder hums behind me like a voice I used to hear. Burning night surrounds me with the things I still fear. Burning night, blazing through my veins, lighting up the shadow where I'm hiding all my pain. Burning night, cutting through my soul. The darker it becomes, the less I'm in control. When the night burns out, only the truth remains. colder tonight, but not colder than the truth I carry. Heavy clouds above me, moving slow like broken time. Street lights flicker gently like they're warning every sign. My footsteps crack the silence on this frozen, empty road. Every breath I'm taking feels like ice beneath my soul. Cold storm rising in my mind. I've been running from the memories I can't leave behind. Cold storm breaking through my veins. The harder that I fight it, the deeper it remains. Thunder hits the distance like a heartbeat wanting tighter. Shadows twist around me as the night grows even quieter. All the scars I'm hiding start to speak when no one's near. Even wind can feel the weight of truths I fear to hear. Cold storm rising in my mind. I've been running from the memories I can't leave behind. Cold storm breaking through my veins. The harder that I fight it, the deeper it remains. Storm outside, storm inside. Some nights there's no difference. The night knows my name, and the road knows my scars. Streetlights guide my shadow as I walk the midnight line. Every step feels heavier with the memories I left behind. Cold wind hits my jacket like a warning from the past. The man I used to be never thought the dark would last. Night walker, moving through the pain, searching for a quiet place to hide from yesterday. Night walker, lost but still alive, in a world of Silence keeps on whispering names I thought I left behind. Every truth I buried comes alive inside my mind. Neon signs are fading as the world grows cold and small. I keep walking through the shadows just to feel anything at all. Night walker, moving through the pain, searching for a quiet place to hide from yesterday. Night walker, lost but still alive, in a world of broken echoes. I continue to survive. When the lights go low, the shadows tell the truth on a broken street light. I walk the edge of night alone. Shadows stretch around me like they're claiming me as their own. Footsteps on the pavement echo secrets left behind. Every turn reminds me what I'm trying not to find. Shadow nights crawling through my skin. Every lie I bury starts to surface once again. Shadow nights pulling at my soul. The darker that it gets, the less I feel in control. Softly through the alleys where I roam. Every truth I'm hiding follows me like going home. Midnight holds its silence as the city starts to fade. Shadows come alive in the mess that I have made. Shadow night crawling through my skin. Every lie buried starts to surface once again. Shadow night pulling at my soul. The darker that it gets, the less I feel in control. In the silence, even the smoke tells stories. I try to forget. Black smoke from my cigarette rises slow into the night, twirling with the memories I've been trying not to fight. Every breath grows heavier as the shadows start to sway. Some truths don't burn away, no matter what you've thrown their way. Black smoke hanging in the air, carrying the pieces of the pain I used to bear. Black smoke curling through my mind. The more I try to lose it, the more it seems to find. On the table, still warm from yesterday, but the man I saw back then feels 1,000 miles away. Silence wraps around me like a coat I never chose. Every wound I seal still finds a way to glow. Black smoke hanging in the air, carrying the pieces of the pain I used to bear. Black smoke curling through my mind. The more I try to lose it, the more it seems to find. fixed ones. Some just never heal again. I walk this road in silence with a heart that's torn in two. Every lie I once believed now comes back in shades of blue. The mirror shows a stranger with the same old tired eye, a man who lost his fire long before the flames survived. I'm just a broken man standing in the rain, trying to stitch the pieces, but they never stay the same. I'm just a broken man fighting with the night, holding on to something that's already out of sight. Whiskey on the table burns deeper than the past. Some wounds never close, they just learn to bleed slow and last. Shadows crawl behind me, calling out the things I fear. Every step I'm taking feels like walking through a tear. Just a broken man standing in the rain, trying to stitch the pieces, but they never stay the same. I'm just a broken man fighting with a knife, holding on to something that's already out of sight. Makes us human, then I must be more human than I ever wanted to be. Some wounds fade, but some keep bleeding. No matter how dark the night is, it's carried all these shadows. I've carried all these shadows from the days I can't forget. Every truth that cut me open still lives underneath my breath. Loneliness grows louder when the midnight starts to fall. There's a voice inside my chest, and it's bleeding through take control. Bleeding blues echo in the rain. The deeper that it cuts, the more I feel the pain. Whiskey keeps me steady, but it never stops the burn. Memories like fire in the places I unlearned. Streetlights fade behind me as I walk this crooked line. Every step reminds me of the battles that were mine. Bleeding blues running down my soul. Every scar I'm hiding starts to take control. Bleeding blues echo in the rain. The deeper that it cuts, the more I feel the pain. If bleeding is living, then I've lived too much tonight. Some shadows follow you, others break right where your heart did. Shadows on the pavement move like memories in the rain. Every step I try to take feels like walking through the pain. Cold wind cuts around me like a truth I never face. Echoes from my past fill the silence I erase. Falling at my feet, pieces of the man I was, scattered through the street. Broken shadows running through my mind. The harder that I run, the more they stay behind. Neon lights are trembling on a road that's growing old. Every scar I've carried shows its color in the cold. Loneliness grows louder as the midnight drags me in. Broken shadows whisper of the man I could have been. Shadows falling at my feet, pieces of the man I was, scattered through the street. Broken even my footsteps sound lonely. Cold wind on my shoulder as I walk the midnight mile. Every street remembers but forgets me for a while. Shadows stretch behind me like the truth I never faced. Lone echoes from my past fill the spaces I erased. Lone echoes calling in the night. Every sound around me fades beneath the light. Lone echoes running through my mind. The farther that I walk, the more I fall behind. Neon flickers softly on a road that's turning gray. Memories walk beside me, though I push them far away. Heartbeat in the darkness feels like thunder in my chest. Every silence I've tasted hurts more than the rest. Lone echoes calling in the night. Every sound around me fades beneath the light. Lone echoes running through my mind. The farther that I walk, the more I fall behind. Some echoes fade, some echoes stay, but the lone ones never leave. Some souls are bruised, some are broken, mine is just heavy. I carry all my shadows like a weight I never chose. Memories keep pulling on the places no one knows. Street lights feel much colder than they ever used to be. Every truth I bury keeps on crawling back to me. Oh, every soul dragging through the night. Every step is harder when you're losing all your light. Every soul falling in the dark, trying hard to hold on to a slowly fading spark. Whiskey keeps me steady when the world begins to blur. The silence wraps around me like a voice I never heard. My heartbeat feels like thunder under skies that never clear. Every scar I'm hiding feels much louder in the mirror. Every soul dragging through the night. Every step is harder when you're losing all your light. Every soul falling in the dark, trying hard to hold on to a slowly fading spark. Maybe someday the weight will fade, but tonight this soul still stays heavy.